Hello, everyone. Hope everyone had a good week, and I hope you will have a wonderful Shabbos. This Erev Shabbos video Dvar Torah is sponsored by first Marlene Rabinowitz in memory of her beloved husband, Stanley Rabinowitz. Yisrael Nissen ben Shlomo Eliyahu Alav Hashem, whose yahrzeit will be observed on Shabbos, the 22nd of Iyar. And many of us remember Stanley with great love and respect. And we think Marlene and Stanley's neshama should have an aliyah. Similarly, the video Dvar Torah is sponsored by Morris M. and Joyce Nagar in memory of Morris's father, Mordechai ben Sarah, Alav Hashalom. And we want to thank Morris and Joyce for sponsoring. And Morris's father, Mordechai ben Sarah, his neshama should have an aliyah as well. In our Erev Shabbos video Dvar Torah this year, we originally were going through the special davening of Shabbos. And then after we had sort of done one cycle of that, we stepped back and we're focusing on some pieces of daily davening that also apply on Shabbos. We're now going to return to Shabbos and focus not on the tefillos of the day, but the other special brachos and liturgy of Shabbos, and we will begin with Kiddush. The Gemara points out that the nighttime Kiddush of Shabbos is different than the nighttime Kiddush of Yantiv. On Shabbos, we conclude Baruch Atah Hashem Mekadesh HaShabbos, blessed are you, Hashem, who sanctifies the Shabbos day. And on Yantiv, though, we conclude Baruch Atah Hashem Mekadesh Yisrael B'Hazmanim, that blessed are you, Hashem, who sanctifies Israel, the nation of Israel, and the holidays. And the Gemara explains the differences, as many may know. The difference is that Yantiv's sanctity ultimately derives from the sanctity of the Jewish people, for it is the Jewish people and the Sanhedrin, its representatives, that set the calendar and decide which days will be holy. We can decide if Yantiv will be on Tuesday or Yantiv will be on Wednesday. However, Shabbos, its Kedusha comes down, descends directly from heaven by decree of God. When the sun sets, it is Shabbos. That cannot be altered. And its sanctity does not come via human beings. It does not require a human decision or human action. It is holy no matter what. And that is part of the power of the sanctity of Shabbos, that it is something beyond ourselves, that it comes down and surrounds us, overwhelms us, takes over the world, and it's something that we cannot control. However, at the same time, there are a number of sources, details, halachos, that point in the direction that in fact we do have control over the Kedusha of Shabbos, or there is a need for human action to make the day holy. First of all, there's the mitzvah of Kiddush, which is to sanctify the day, literally, derived from the pasuk Zachor es Yom HaShabbos L'Kadasho. Remember the Shabbos day to sanctify it. We are called to sanctify it. In Kiddush, we refer to Shabbos as Kihu Yom Techila L'Mikrei Kodesh. It is the first of the holy gatherings, the holy days of Israel. This is an allusion to last week's Parsha Emor, where in the list of the holidays, Shabbos is listed first, and Shabbos is included in Moedei Hashem Asher Tikrosam Mikrei Kodesh, the holidays of God that we are to declare, that we are to call. It seems like we need to call and make Shabbos, just like we need to make Yantiv. And finally, in at least one halacha, we see that we do have control. Human beings can control and can alter the sanctity of Shabbos, and that is through Tosefes Shabbos. By accepting Shabbos early, we are able to draw out and to expand, to increase the Kedusha of Shabbos. It is not totally in God's hands. We have some control also. And so from all of these points, we see that even though sort of the core Kedusha, sanctity, holiness of Shabbos comes from Hashem, cannot be determined or altered by human beings, but humans, we, the Jewish people, we have the ability to increase the Kedusha, to augment it, to add something to it. One way that I think about it is that Kedusha is this energy, this force. We could think of it as electricity that pulsates through the world on these days. And when it comes to Yantiv, we can decide which day, so to speak, will be electrified. Shabbos, we can't. Shabbos, the electricity is there no matter what. Even if we are totally passive, sleep the whole day, the day is holy. The electricity is there. Even if a person is violating Shabbos, the electricity is there, and he or she is sort of being shocked by the electricity. No matter what, the electricity is there. But the question is, do we turn on the lights? The electricity can be there, running through our walls, and yet the house is dark. And our job is, the mitzvah of Kiddush, is to turn on the lights, to make that spiritual potential real, to make it noticeable, to feel it, to experience it, to increase it in that way. The mitzvah of Kiddush, in a very minimalist way, is to make a verbal declaration that today is holy. You are bringing it into the world. You're making it real through words. But more broadly, the message of the mitzvah of Kiddush, the direction in which it points us, is that Shabbos does need us. It might be holy no matter what. There might be spiritual energy, electricity running through the world no matter what. But it is necessary for us to make it real, to turn on the lights so there's actually a Shabbos light in the world and in our homes, to make the day holy through Torah and Tefillah, through focusing on spiritual pursuits, by forgetting the stresses of the week, by strengthening bonds between family and friends, the mitzvah of Oneg Shabbos. These are all pieces that make the Kedusha of Shabbos real, and that is the mitzvah of Kiddush. That is the full mitzvah of Kiddush. It's not just about reciting words over a cup of wine, but it's about making the Kedusha of Shabbos real by becoming a partner with Hashem, by not just passively accepting the sanctity of Shabbos, but actively engaging it, partnering it, making it real, turning on the lights to make sure that our homes on Shabbos, our lives, our souls are filled with a real, tangible, joyous light of Shabbos. Good Shabbos, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.